Alright, you guys, here I am, gonna talk a little bit about Battlestar Galactica and what I thought about the end of the entire series. First of all, I love Battlestar Galactica. Uh, just the whole story is fantastic. I like what Roger Moore has done, bringing the whole thing back into TV, back into our lives, and kind of giving it a new edge, new look. Um, and I love Galactica. I love the characters. I love the good and bad characters, and some of them that turn good and then back to bad or whatever. I like the story, and kind of gives me that feel of that hopelessness of just that apocalypse world of trying to survive and making it trying to work out. So I loved the series overall. It made me feel a little bit about. It felt like a naval space opera, pretty much what it was. But when they finished it off, I was a little sad because I did like it a lot. It was definitely one of those shows I liked watching. When they finished it off with the final 3 episodes, I think they did a 3-part finale, and the finale was stretched, I think, too much. I don't know. I think they were trying to make it a really big, huge ending thing, and it worked out okay. But to kind of refresh you guys' memory if you don't remember, they decide. Well, Boomer. Actually, let me go back to Boomer. Boomer creeps onto Galactica, steals Hera, and goes off the ship. And they still think that Hera is the only one that can find Earth or something like that. And I'm sorry if I'm getting my facts wrong, but I did see the ending of this thing a couple months ago to refresh myself, and I haven't had the time to think about it again. So I might do a new video. I don't know. I'm not sure. But anywho, so Boomer steals Hera, and they go off, and they're gonna try to get Hera back. And so Adama organizes everybody to say, "Hey, we're gonna go off and get the child back, and whoever's with me, come with us." And so they go off to the Cylon planet, which I guess good for them. But I didn't really understand why at first. But like Cylons have a planet. I don't know. I mean, Cylons are they're like humans, but they're not humans. And even though they look like humans, they're not supposed to be humans. I thought, having a planet for themselves, okay, maybe. I thought that they could have done that a little bit differently, Maybe it was like kind of like the concept of what the colonial fleet is like, with Galactica being the head of it. Just all those civilian people together kind of roaming through the stars. I felt like the Cylons could have more of like an empire feel, trying to still pursue after Galactica, but I don't know, maybe have like a home base, not like a planet, but whatever, it worked out, I guess. Anywho, Galactica goes to the planet. They steal back, they get back Hera. All those little episodes of Rosalind and some other people dreaming about Hera being taken by Balltestar and Caprica 6 actually comes to fruition and actually happens, which was kind of cool to see that finally happened, because they've been dreaming that same dream for like 3 seasons or something like that, or 2, I don't know how many. And so the big huge battle ensues, and then it's like a stalemate, and the Cylon leader goes to the Galactica's CIC, says, "Okay, we'll stop the fighting, but you have to give us resurrection technology." So the final 5, which another thing kind of was weird of how they built that up for the ratings and stuff. They try to give the technology, but then the chief figures out that one of the final 5 killed his wife, who, yeah, I don't want to get into it, but anywho, he figures that out through the little meld that they have, and they sever off the connection. They don't give the Cylons all the resurrection technology, so the Cylons are a little pissed off. And so Galactica says, okay, well, we got to get out of here because it's about to, fall apart. And so they undock from the planet, and for some reason, Kara Thrace is the only one I really don't understand in the final 3 episodes, maybe even the final season. But she puts in this code, the coordinates to jump, and they find Earth again. Yeah, I don't know. Anywho, they go to Earth, they find Earth, and everybody's there, everybody from the fleet, so they all make it, and they decide to go onto the planet, and it's in a pre-civilization kind of a thing. Everything's primitive. There we go. Everything's primitive, everything's, it's not like a city at all. So they decide they're going to build something on it, maybe not, that kind of thing. But Apollo comes up to him and says, you know what, we gotta start from scratch and not even start building things. Let's just go native, lose all technology. Because his thought's like, well, technology is the reason why we're in this mess. Let's not repeat that same mistake. So that's a pretty good thought too. So it cuts to present day, and it goes centered around Balltestar and Caprica 6. They're walking through, I think, New York, and they're like, wow, this happened. This has happened before and will happen again. That reoccurring theme actually makes sense now, and they actually have a discussion about, what God is and what's God's thing about the whole thing. I like that. It was very cool. Maybe this is a Earth Mark II that we live on, that kind of a thing. But overall, I thought it was a really good, very good season finale, and also a series finale. I was very sad when it left, but I do like watching an occasional episode or two, which, it's great. The only thing I have a problem with is what the heck happened to Kara Thrace. I really don't know, because there's that one episode, and if you haven't seen the entire thing, this is a good time to leave. If not, if you haven't already, which, whatever, this thing's chock full of spoilers. Anywho, there's an episode where she goes through this black hole thing, and she blows up, and then she comes out of it, and then she says she's found Earth, and then they go to the Earth, the first Earth, which is nuclear reacted, and then it's all gone, it's all blown up, kind of a thing, and she finds her dead body, and then she freaks out, and I don't know. I mean, and she disappears on the Earth that they actually go to. Apollo's talking to her, he looks back to her, and she's gone. Which is, I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff like that in it, which it didn't make a lot of sense to me. But it's like, whatever, doesn't matter. I guess. But yeah, I love the Battlestar Galactica, and the final thing was great. So if you haven't seen Battlestar Galactica, the new series, the new reimaged thing, then check it out on, I don't know if YouTube's got it, but I think Netflix has got the entire series, and check it out wherever you can. So thanks for